It's time for high school baseball on KDAO. Tonight's game is brought to you by GNB Bank, Hanson Family Hospital, Ellsworth Community College, Colo Telephone, Security State Bank, Minerva Valley Companies, Nesco Clinic. Now, high school baseball on KDAO.
Welcome in, everybody, here to Radio on the Go on YouTube as we are set for AGWSR in their first round matchup here in Substate Boys Baseball as they take on the Colo-Nesco Royals here tonight, live from Harlan Rogers Complex here in Fort Dodge. Excited for this first round matchup. The winner tonight will face the game after this matchup. They will have kind of a double header here at Harlan Rogers. It'll be Glidden Ralston taking on St. Edmunds as they are kind of the host school for this matchup here tonight, of course, based out of here in Fort Dodge. But excited to bring you to this matchup. A little bit of a drive for me. It's actually a little familiar for me coming back here to Fort Dodge. Went to Iowa Central for 2 years' time and spent my time here for 2 years. So, about a year and a half. I was actually graduated in 2020. And, of course, COVID kind of interrupted my last semester of a community college here in Fort Dodge. But lived here for quite a while and done plenty of broadcasts here at Harlan Rogers, primarily soccer as the Harlan Rogers Complex. But we are set tonight. They're actually getting underway a little bit early, so apologize about not having a little bit of pregame stuff for you. But leading off for Colo-Nesco, Hunter Purvis, the pitcher tonight, as he'll take the first pitch, and he'll drive that into left field, shallow left field, and it will drop for a base hit and a leadoff single for Colo-Nesco. But they did start a little bit early tonight. Was scheduled for 5 o'clock, got underway a little bit earlier than maybe expected. So apologize about a bit of a late start time coming on to broadcast for you here in Fort Dodge. But as Hunter Purvis, .254 average, he will be the starting pitcher tonight for the Royals, as Colo-Nesco is the away team technically here at this neutral site for AGWSR and Colo-Nesco. But the Cougars will serve as the home team tonight, as they are the higher seed. Will come in as the slight favorite over Colo-Nesco, but a pretty tight contest between these two. Colo-Nesco 9-11 overall, 7-9 conference record in the Iowa Star. Swing and a miss on that pitch, as the starting pitcher tonight for AGWSR is Clay Buseman. We'll talk a little bit more about Buseman and the starting pitcher of Colo-Nesco, Hunter Purvis, in the second inning. We'll take a closer look at some of their pitching stats throughout the season. Left-handed hitter of Brody Handsacker. Is that pitch? Oh, that's going to be a wild pitch off to the right side. Avoids contact with Handsacker, but it will advance the runner over on first base and will steal successfully over to second. So that'll be Hunter Purvis over on second base. It's Brody Handsacker, the second baseman. Just second in the batting order here after the leadoff single from Hunter Purvis. Give a big thank you to our sponsors here tonight of this quarterfinal matchup here, a part of District 3 here in Class 1A. This is give a big thank you to GNB Bank, Hanson Family Hospital, Ellsworth Community College, Colletole Fiber, Security State Bank and Zaring, Minerva Valley Companies, and Nesco Clinic. Had a brief stoppage here. Looks like kind of an equipment change for the catcher tonight of AGWSR. Just reviewing some of the defensive starters for AGWSR. We'll go over their lineup once they get to the bottom of the first. But as I mentioned before, the pitcher tonight, Clay Buseman. Over on first base is Bo Starr. Over on second base is Trace Eaton. Over on third is Tristan Dennis. At the shortstop position will be Lane Olson. And in the outfield over at left field is Brady Abbas. Center field is Carl Hooger. And in right field, I believe, so I failed to write him down, DHing for the right fielder is Rem Kearns, but I'll have the right fielder for you here in just a second as I bring it up. There's swing and a miss for strike three as we're back in action after the equipment change of the catcher. But over in right field is Lane Rose for AGWSR. So that's the first out, first strikeout for pitcher Clay Buseman. Just getting underway here, top of the first inning. Runner on second after the leadoff single for the Royals. There's a breaking ball pitch. Comes back down to the zone for strike one, as this will be Landon Aguirre. This will be a chopper down to the pitcher. He'll throw it over to third base. It was not going to be a force out, but it is well timed and will tag out the runner going from second to third. So Landon Geardy will reach over to first on a fielder's choice and will have the second out. Good decision there from Hunter Purvis. Could have maybe attempted to do a little bit of base running, trying to get back to second and safe, but kind of would have been a cat and mouse game and most likely would have been out in the process. Just not worth it. Ends up getting tagged out from the third baseman of AGWSR as Tristan Dennis does make the tag. This will be Brevik Hosteller. Hosteller, the third baseman for Colo-Nesco. Fastball down the middle, swing and a miss down low. Good pitch there from Clay Buseman. Count is 0-2 with 2 down. Runner over on first after the fielder's choice. Buseman finds it low, down in the bottom shelf for strike 3. Nice pitch there again from Clay Buseman. Gets his second strikeout of the night and leaves that runner stranded over on first base. So top of the first, we'll go for no runs off of the leadoff single. So 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on as AGWSR will have their first at-bats of the night. The rest of Colo-Nesco's starting lineup, as remember we came in a little bit late tonight, as we'll just go over the starting lineups for you. Leading off, as this has already had some at-bats, the pitcher tonight, number 22, and Hunter Purvis. Batting second is second baseman, number 20, Brody Handsacker. Batting third is the catcher, number 10, Landon Geardy. Batting fourth is third baseman, number 7, Brevik Hosteller. Batting fifth will be first baseman, number 11, Hunter Carlson. Batting sixth will be the DH, number 29, Cody Walker. Jack Angel will be out in right field for the DH of Cody Walker. Batting seventh will be left fielder, number 6, Trenton Parashow. Batting eighth will be number 9, center fielder, Connor Parashow. And number 9 will be shortstop, number 13, and Landon Short. Starting lineups for AGWSR tonight. Leading off will be the pitcher, number 3, Clay Buseman. Batting second will be number 18, first baseman, Bo Starr. Batting third will be third baseman, number 28, Tristan Dennis. Batting fourth will be catcher tonight, number 20, Landon Dennis. Batting fifth will be the DH tonight, number 24, Rem Kearns. Lane Rose will be out in, I believe, right field for DH. Yes, he will be out in right field tonight. Batting sixth will be number 6, second baseman, Trace Eaton. Batting seventh will be center fielder, number 16, Carl Hooger. Batting eighth will be shortstop, number 7, Lane Olson. And batting ninth will be left fielder, number 13, Brady Abbas. So leading off, Clay Buseman up in the batter's box. Just a freshman for AGWSR, but is the starting pitcher tonight. Has a good batting average, the leadoff hitter, 375 average for Buseman coming into this opening playoff game here in Sub-State. I believe this is District 3 here in Class 1A. As we can take a look at some of the other district matchups, a part of this Sub-State number 3 as well. As technically it's District 6, but a part of Sub-State 3, if that makes any sense. There's 2 districts in a Sub-State, as the number 1 seed here in District 6 is Ankeny Christian, as they are at the top of this district. And then in District 5, a part of Sub-State number 3 is St. Ansgar on the other side of this bracket. That's going to be a nice hit into bottom left field, and that will drop as the left fielder couldn't quite make the grab. That's going to drop for an extra base hit, and he will be safe standing up at second. And a leadoff double for Clay Buseman, the starting pitcher tonight, and a good start for him. He's already got 2 strikeouts at the pitcher spot, and he's got a leadoff double for the Cougars. Looks like Buseman will head back to the dugout, as typically a lot of times they will not have the pitcher do the base running as well. So number 21 for AGWSR will handle some of the base running for Buseman on the day. We'll get his name here in just a second for you, as he'll be over on second after the leadoff double. Next up to bat is Bo Starr, the first baseman. Bo Starr is going to swing at that first pitch. That's going to travel really far into center field, and that's got a chance. That will drop, and that's easily going to score that run, and he'll be safe standing up on second. Back-to-back doubles for the Cougars in a quick 1-0 start here for AGWSR. So that's an RBI double taking on that first pitch for Bo Starr, and that sends number 21, Braden Scallon home. Braden Scallon will most likely be doing a lot of the base running for Clay Buseman at the pitcher spot tonight. checked at that first swing, and that's just going to go past the first baseline for strike one on a foul ball. This is Tristan Dennis up to bat. Number 28 is a senior, one of the senior leaders alongside Bo Starr. Those are kind of the two main seniors, really heavy in this lineup at 2 and 3. Dennis, the third baseman for the Cougars. First pitch, second pitch, excuse me, lets that one go as it goes outside for ball one. Hunter Purvis, starting pitcher tonight. Ooh, that one's going to get away from him a little bit and has to duck out of the way of Dennis as it goes for ball two. Runners over on second, though, Bo Starr after his RBI double, leadoff double. Put Clay Buseman on second, then the pinch runner came in, and first pitch sent it home on the RBI double deep into center field. It was a really nice hit for Bo Starr. That's going to go straight down the third baseline. That is going to be fair. Throw over to first will be in time for the first out. Just scraped along that third baseline, but nice cover there from Colo-Nesco's third baseman, as that was Brevik Hosteller making the throw over to first. So Dennis will ground out. He does advance the base runner from second to third. This will be Landon Dennis up to bat. Landon Dennis, the catcher tonight, 321 average for AGWSR. We're in number 20. He's a sophomore. Fourth in the batting order, has that runner on third. No, just with the one out, so sacrifice will in play for the Cougars to get him home. Swing and a miss, and it's going to go wild and going to run home. Tag is going to be not in time. A good attempt there from Colo-Nesco defensively, but the wild pitch is going to send the runner home of Bo Starr, and a quick 2-0 start as AGWSR on top here in Fort Dodge. So wild pitch on Dennis's at-bat tonight. Still with just the one out. Now no one on base as they send the runner home from third. Pitch right down the middle for strike one. Strike two, excuse me, as Dennis lets that one go. At the foul ball. Let the next pitch go for ball one, and now a checking the swing for strike two. And that one's going to be close to the helmet of Dennis. He'll kind of duck out of the way for ball two. It's a very nice field over here in Harlan Rogers and Fort Dodge. If you've never been over here, obviously it's a big host for high school softball typically for the state tournaments. If you've ever been over here for softball, much like that obviously, as St. Edmund is kind of the host of this doubleheader tonight. St. Edmund will have their matchup against Glidden Ralston after this matchup here tonight. We'll not have coverage of that, of course, but whoever wins that game will face the winner here tonight in the next matchup. That's going to be a nice drive into left field, and that will drop in plenty of space. Textbook hit there for Landon Dennis, and he'll get himself on first with a single. Hot start here for AGWSR. 3 base hits, the leadoff double, and then an RBI double from Bo Starr, and now a base hit for Landon Dennis. As he will make his way back to the dugout, we'll have a pinch runner for Dennis over on first base. I believe that is number 30 of Kaysen Scallon. If you remember, Braden Scallon was the pinch runner for Clay Buseman. Now Kaysen Scallon will be over on first. This will bring up Rem Kearns, the designated hitter tonight, hitting for Lane Rose over in right field. Rem Kearns, sophomore, good average on the year, 386 average for the Cougar. Swing for that one, a little bit outside. Tries to get a piece of it for strike two. Hunter Purvis, the right-handed pitcher for Colo-Nesco. We'll take a look at the pitcher's stats a little bit more in depth into the second inning. Runner's going to go from first and reaches out for that pitch. So it goes off foul ball for the count to remain at 0-2. Sometimes it can be tough for an at-bat to resist taking a swing, obviously, on a count like this on an 0-2. If you have a little bit of doubt about it, you want to swing, obviously, but you also kind of want to allow that base runner to make the steal over to second, not interrupt his attempts. He's going to go, the base runner, and that's going to be put down. Ground ball to the second baseman, and throwing on to first will be in time for the second out. So Rem Kearns puts it into play, but is ultimately out over on first base. Second baseman of Colo-Nesco was able to scoop it up, as that's Brody Hansacker. Pretty routine ground ball, just a quick throw over to first, and it's in time. Runner moves over to second base, though, as this will be Trace Eiton, the second baseman. Lets that first pitch go, and it's down the middle for strike one. I believe it's Eiton. It might be Eaton for the Cougars. You have to apologize. This actually is my first broadcast of AGWSR this year. We've covered them before this season here at KDAO. My first personal time covering him. That's going to go down, almost down for foul ball, but that's going to drop into right field. That's going to send home the run over at second, and he'll keep himself over on first. And that's an RBI single for Trace Eaton. That was a beautiful hit into right field. Just hugged that third base into the right field line and was able to drop in plenty of space. Took a little bit for the right fielder to come over and cover it, but very easily the runner from second able to come home as AGWSR improves this hot start to a 3-0 lead. Now with a runner on first, Carl Hooger next up to that. A center fielder, sophomore, .231 average for Hooger on the year. Hunter Purvis faked the throw over to first, ultimately held back. Now we'll throw the first pitch. It's going to be outside and low for ball one. Apologies about the scoreboard here. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky, as it is a 3-0 start here in the bottom of the first. AGWSR, the home team tonight, as they are the higher seed, as I mentioned before, if you're just potentially now joining us. Hot start for AGWSR. Leadoff double for Buseman. RBI double for Bo Starr after that. Then we had a single from Landon Dennis. Before that, actually, the wild pitch. And there's a steal attempt from first to second. He's going to make his way, slide into second. Throw was over to second, but no real attempt for the tag out, as the runner is safe, as that's Trace Eaton getting in safe on a successful steal. But on that at-bat of Landon Dennis, before his base hit, wild pitch was able to send a run home over on third base. Then a RBI single from Trace Eaton on that single from Dennis, as the pinch runner was able to steal over to second, I believe, and then get the send home on that RBI single. 2-2 count. That one's close to the zone, but just outside for ball three to the left. So full count here for Carl Hooger. Has the runner on second after the stolen base. Full count pitch. That's going to be down the middle on a nice curveball changeup there. Hooger resists and lets that one go as he's caught looking for strike three. And that will retire the first inning. But a really good start here for AGWSR. 4 hits already off of 3 runs. No infield errors and just the one left on, as AGWSR will lead 3-0 going into the top of the second. We'll take a short break. Back after this here in Fort Dodge for AGWSR Colo-Nesco in their quarterfinal matchup back here on KDAO and Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
All Hanson Family Hospital clinics are now scheduling athletic sports physicals for middle, high school, and college students. This special is $38 for middle and high school students and $80 for college students if paid day of service. This special is not filed with insurance, and payment must be at time of service to receive the discounted price. It does not include immunizations or any other services. Call your provider today to avoid the end of summer rush. Hanson Family Hospital and Clinics is healthcare you can count on.
Welcome back here to Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube. Set for the top of the second as Colo-Nesco will lead off with Hunter Carlson. First pitch on the way. It's going to get a ground ball down to the shortstop. Scooped up. The throw over to first is going to be there and in time for the first down. Good infield defense from AGWSR's shortstop, as that was I'm having some trouble finding it on my lineup for some reason. Oh, there we go. Lane Olson, sorry. Lane Olson making the throw. Hunter Carlson will ground out. Starting pitcher tonight, Clay Buseman. Take a quick look at some of his pitching stats as the regular season now complete here in the postseason. First pitch on the way. It's in the zone for strike one. As this is Cody Walker, lays off on the first pitch. Clay Buseman, just a freshman, but this is his 11th total game played and his 10th start on the year. Is one of the more active pitchers. Definitely, I think, the top pitcher, sort of say, for AGWSR. Has the most starts, most games played, and the highest pitch count on the team. You can see why there on a swing and a miss for strike three, as Cody Walker will strike out. Quick 2 up and 2 down on the ground ball, and now the strikeout. This will bring up as this is Connor Parashow, I believe. So initially they had Trenton Parashow in the 7th spot in the batting order. Unless I potentially looked at this lineup wrong. Or unless Trenton Parashow is over in right field, or over in left field. We'll see here in a second. I'll be able to figure it out because they didn't give me the sub for the DH here. This will be a ground ball over to the first baseman either way. As Connor Parashow will ground out. And that's a quick 3 up and 3 down. Good job defensively for AGWSR. Just finishing off on some of the stats here for Clay Buseman, as he has a batting average against of .233. He's got 47 total strikeouts on the year and an earned run average of 2.13 on the season. He's had a total at-bats of 193 on the season. We'll take a quick 30-second break, and we'll come back here for the bottom of the second here on Radio On The Go Sports on YouTube. Welcome back here to Fort Dodge at Harlan Rogers Complex, as this is definitely one of the more nicer facilities that you'll be around here in the state of Iowa. It's a big host of state softball, of course, if you've been down here for the state softball event here at Harlan Rogers. They have some soccer fields here as well. Spent some time here at Iowa Central for 2 years and covered many soccer games here at Harlan Rogers. I believe I didn't cover as many baseball, surprisingly, as I don't think I was quite involved in college, but I remember coming here down for a couple of times for baseball of sorts, as Iowa Central does play here on this field itself, along with St. Edmund's Catholic School, as they are the host of this doubleheader tonight, as that's why we're here in Fort Dodge. They'll take on Glidden Ralston after this matchup here tonight between AGWSR and Colo-Nesco, as that pitch a little bit off to the left has to move out of the way. This is number 7, Lane Olson, leading off here in the second inning for AGWSR. So count is 1-1. That time he will take the baseball to the back, as Olson will get hit by the pitch, and he'll make his way over to first base. So not a good start here for Colo-Nesco. Hunter Purvis struggling a little bit, and obviously not great to kind of start off the inning with a hit by the pitch, as that'll put Olson on first. Brady Abbas will be up to bat next, as we're at the end of the batting order. So Lane Olson was 8. Abbas batting 9th, and we'll have Clay Buseman with a guaranteed at bat at the top of the order. Sliding in on the steal over to second will be Lane Olson, and he will be safe. Slid a little bit far, but able to stay on the bag as Olson. As steal successful, that's been a big part of the running success and the runs coming home for the Cougars. They're able to get some successful steals tonight. I believe that's the 3rd steal already here in this matchup. Laid down bunt for AGWSR. There was some hesitation there from the catcher. Throw over to first, and they're going to say he's out. Oh, that was very, very close. But the umpire is going to rule that it was just in time. There was some hesitation there from the Colo-Nesco catcher and pitcher of Purvis and Landon Geardy. But Geardy able to eventually jump on it, but hesitate a little bit, but the throw is in time for the out. But the sacrifice does its job and puts the runner over on third, and this will bring up Clay Buseman. Buseman, the starting pitcher tonight, he led off the Cougars in a good way with a leadoff double in the first inning for AGWSR, and he was able to have the pinch runner come home. That's going to go down the third baseline, and the third baseman can't cover it. That'll get through. He's going to round first. He'll make his way back. He will score the run on the RBI, but he'll keep himself on first base. So an RBI single for Clay Buseman on a really nice hit right down that third baseline. His third baseman, his vision was a little bit covered by that base runner. It's always a little bit more difficult to avoid that, but that was third baseman Brevik Hosteller. Couldn't cover it. Bo Starr will be up to bat next, has the runner on first, as we do have the pinch runner coming in for Clay Buseman, the starting pitcher tonight. Bo Starr is going to take a shot at that first pitch. Throw over to second will be in time. Throw over to first is there. Oh, no, they're going to call him safe as double play unsuccessful. They do get the out over on second, but they will call Starr safe over on first base, so he will reach first on the fielder's choice, as this will bring up Tristan Dennis. So still with the runner on first, now with two outs. That double play looked like it was going to get there. Just not quite in time, as it is a 4-0 game here at the bottom of the second. Sliding into second, the runner is going to get tagged out. Nice defense from Colo-Nesco, as that will retire the second inning. Nice recovery there from Colo-Nesco on Tristan Dennis's at-bat. The runner of Bo Starr will be caught stealing over to second and will be called out. So just the one run off of the one hit from Clay Buseman on the RBI single. No errors and nobody left on as the runner caught stealing. It is 4-0 after the second inning, as AGWSR on top and still rolling as they'll look to continue here in this quarterfinal matchup. We'll take a short break. Back after this here on Radio On The Go Sports on YouTube.
Colo Telephone Company and Central Iowa Broadband are now Colo-Tel Fiber. For more than 100 years, they have provided reliable local service. Colo-Tel Fiber continues to deliver the internet speed you need for streaming, working, learning, and staying connected. Serving Colo, Collins, Nevada, and Ames with dependable telephone options and exceptional customer service. Colo-Tel Fiber, a proud supporter of area athletics.
Security State Bank in Zering is your full-service bank, providing convenience and professional service for all your investment, financial, and lending needs. Whether it's a checking or savings account or a loan for a new car, your home or farm, Security State Bank is here for you with friendly service and attention to detail. Security State Bank is a proud supporter of Colo-Nesco Athletics, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Radio On The Go Sports on YouTube. As top of the third inning coming up, Colo-Nesco leading off, as this will be Landon Short. As my suspicions were correct, as Trenton Paraschow is going to be out in left field for the designated hitter of Cody Walker. So they didn't necessarily specify that in the lineup that they gave me, so do apologize about the confusion there. But Connor Paraschow is batting 7th. Landon Short batting 8th tonight. And then I believe it'll be Jack Angel in the 9 spot for Colo-Nesco. So apologies about the short confusion there on that starting lineup tonight. A couple pitches down. It's a 1-2 count. That's down the middle. A caught looking of Landon Short. And he will strike out. So Tristan Paraschow out in left field in place of Cody Walker, as he's the designated hitter tonight, just to kind of wrap that all up for you. So it should be Jack Angel in the 9th spot, as yes it will. Number 8, Jack Angel, as he's out in right field tonight. at the bottom of the order. As that pitch is going to be outside for ball one. Pitch is going to get called outside again. That will go for ball two. So 2-1 count. Clay Buseman trying to make some quick work. Two-one count. That's going to be a foul ball, as that will go for strike two. 2-2 count. It's going to be just a tad high, and good eye there from Jack Angel, excuse me. Jack Angel's first at-bat of the night. Just with the one out, Jack Angel will let that one go, and he'll get himself on base with a walk on a full count. So good at-bat for Jack Angel. This will bring up back to the top of the order of Hunter Purvis. Hunter Purvis, the starting pitcher tonight, had the leadoff single, is the lone player with a base hit on the night so far for Colo-Nesco. So this game's gone by relatively quickly. Already here in the top of the third inning. This one's popped up near the dugout of AGWSR, and it will stay in fair territory, but will maybe just get out. There's a nice little net there, and I think caught that wall, but does go down for foul ball. Might have just went over. It was really hard to tell, actually. But foul ball makes this an 0-1 count. I know it's been very hot and humid during kind of this past week or so. It's very cold in here, though, as I am up in the press box here at Harlan Rogers, and it is very cool. They got some air conditioning in here. It might be even a little bit too cold, if that makes sense. I'm kind of dressed for being outside kind of weather, and it's definitely very chilly. It almost feels like kind of maybe like 65, maybe even a little bit lower than that. Shouldn't complain about it, but I am kind of freezing a little bit here tonight. There's a steal attempt from first to second, and it will be in safe as that ball takes kind of a bounce and up and over AGWSR's defense. As the slide in was safe, it was most likely going to be safe anyways, as that's Jack Angel with a successful steal. So runner now over on second after the successful steal. Puts the runner in scoring position, just the one out, and it does have Hunter Purvis at the plate. Player with the lone base hit on the night for the Royals. So this is an opportune spot for Colo-Nesco to find some juice. They can still be very much in this, obviously. It hasn't been necessarily the best of starts, but a nice inning here could definitely get them rolling and check that swing, but just over the plate. The umpire calls it. Tried to pull it back, but he does go over, and that will be for strike three as Purvis will strike out. An important call there. That's two strikeouts here in this inning now for Clay Buseman, his fifth strikeout on the night, as he's had a nice night hitting and pitching so far for the Cougars. This will be Brody Handsacker, the second baseman. He struck out in his last at-bat. Left-handed hitter. Ooh, that go off the leg? No, they're going to say it took a bounce and goes for ball one. So I kind of wish I brought a jacket up here. I'm kind of freezing up here. Might have to open the door up a little bit. Let some hot air in. Not something you usually say. Swing and a miss, as that's low. Handsacker reached for that one a little bit on the 0-1 count. Or a 1-0 count, excuse me. Making it a 1-1 count. 2 outs, runner on second. Colo-Nesco really wants to get him home. Just to give him a little bit of momentum, see a run go through, get somebody home. Gain some confidence as this game goes along. Obviously, AGWSR kind of really bull rushed Colo-Nesco a little bit in that first inning, gaining 3 runs and 1 in the second. So big chance here. That's a nice curveball pitch for strike 3. It's not looking. Was Brody Handsacker. That's 3 strikeouts here in this third inning to keep Colo-Nesco scoreless, as this will go for no runs off of no hits, no errors, and 1 left on after the initial walk from Jack Angel. As top of the third, We'll keep Colo-Nesco scoreless. AGWSR will have their next at-bats with Tristan Dennis, Landon Dennis, and Rem Kearns. They'll have their guaranteed at-bats at the bottom of the third inning. Quick break. We'll be back after this here on Radio On The Go Sports on YouTube.
In Zeering, McCallsburg, St. Anthony, Clemens, and the surrounding rural areas, Minerva Valley Companies is your local provider for internet service, local and long-distance telephone, and digital video. All available from one local provider. At Minerva Valley, they offer fiber to the home, high-speed internet, telephone service, and digital video TV. You pick the programming package, and Minerva Valley will give you great service. See why Minerva Valley should be your source for entertainment and internet. Log on to minervavalley.com. Minerva Valley Companies, providing voice, video, and data.
The Nesco Family Medical Clinic in Zeering, a division of Hanson Family Hospital, offers quality primary care services to people of all ages. Mary F. O'Connor, ARNP, sees patients Monday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., Tuesdays from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Wednesday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. Phone 641-487-7800 to schedule an appointment. The Nesco Family Medical Clinic, located at 112 West Main Street in Zeering, a division of Hanson Family Hospital, healthcare you can count on.
Bottom of the third inning here for the Cougars. This is Tristan Dennis. He takes that first pitch and drives that in between center and right field. That's going to go for extra bases. He'll round over to second. Throw back in. Shortstop's there to cover, but he will be safe standing up over on second base, and a leadoff double for the senior of Tristan Dennis. And a great start here, very similar to that first inning on the leadoff double from Clay Buseman, but Tristan Dennis makes up for his ground out in that first inning and gets himself on second. So a leadoff double will bring up Landon Dennis, the catcher, most likely in obvious relation with Tristan Dennis. Tristan, the older of the two, the senior, Landon Dennis. Most of the time, obviously, you assume would be siblings, brothers of sorts, but can't assume. I've assumed that before, and I've been dead wrong. They weren't even related. This is going to be popped up into center field, and it is caught in center field and does keep that runner, Tristan Dennis, on at second. So Landon Dennis will fly out into center field. This will bring up Rem Kearns, the designated hitter. He grounded out in his first at-bat in the first inning. Rem Kearns, sophomore, 386 average, so a very good base hitter. Swings at that one, reaches a little bit, goes for strike one. Resets here, has that runner on second of Tristan Dennis. So he'll be itching to get over to third at least, and trying to set up the next at-bat of Trace Eiton potentially. Rem Kearns, real name Remington Kearns, sophomore, but more commonly goes by Rem Kearns. 386 average, 488 on-base percentage, has 14 total RBIs on the year, 26 base hits, tied for the most in singles along with Tristan Dennis on the year. This one's going to be chopped down and fair. Or no, they're going to say it's foul ball as it went behind home plate first and then bounced back in to fair territory. So it will be called foul ball. Count will stay at 0-2. Just the one extra base hit for Rem Kearns on the year. Just the one double. No triples, no home runs. Just 26 singles. This one is going to get chopped down. Trying to cover as a second baseman. Dives for it, but can't make up. That will score the run. He'll come home, and he'll be safe standing up. And then Rem Kearns will slide in over to second in the process, as it will be an RBI single. And then with the attempt to throw home, he will make his way over to second. As another run comes home for the Cougars, making this a 5-0 game here in the bottom of the third inning. So Rem Kearns comes back to the dugout. I believe got most likely one of those sliding gloves that you see more commonly, especially in the MLB. Not sure if that's what he did get, but I think actually just put some equipment away. But he'll be over on second as we're back and reset. Trace Eiton, the next batter up, has the RBI single. First pitch did go outside for ball one. Actually have a pitch count number here as well. So pitch count for Hunter Purvis up to 43. That's actually pretty convenient. So most times you will not see that. It's actually the first time I think I might have seen that ever at any baseball or softball matchup. Maybe once before. I'd have to think back quite a ways, though. But they do have a pitch count number here on the scoreboard, so 44 pitches and counting here for Hunter Purvis. Has the runner on second. That one's going to get chopped down. That'll be scooped up from the second baseman. Routine throw over to first. It will be an in time for the second out as Trace Heighton will ground down. It'll put the runner over on third base, though, as Carl Hoosier will be next up to bat. He struck out in his last at-bat and be wanting to send home the base runner of Rem Kearns as he's now over on third base. Left-handed hitter is Carl Hoosier. Over in center field tonight, takes a heavy swing at that first pitch as it goes for strike one as he can't make contact. Carl Hoosier, the sophomore, has a few extra base hits on the year, 3 doubles, 1 triple, and does have 1 homer on the year as well. And there's quite a few guys that do have some home runs on the season for AGWSR. They have a total of 6 home runs on the season collectively as a team. But you don't see that all the time. Sometimes some teams will have no home runs. Even some of the better teams, you might be surprised. Obviously, every kind of diamond is different yardages for some of the walls, so that can have a play in it. As there is a big wall over there in left field, so it's going to be extremely hard to get a home run on the left field over here in this baseball park. And lets that pitch go, and will find the zone for strike 3 as Carl Hoosier will strike out and caught looking. As 1 run will score here in the bottom of the third, and a couple of hits on the leadoff double of Tristan Dennis, and then an RBI single of Rem Kearns. No infield errors, and just the 1 left on as it's a 5-0 game after the third inning. Cougars leading here in Fort Dodge. We'll take a short break, back for the top of the fourth here on Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
Your 90s back on.
92.9
KDAO FM.
Eldora, Marshalltown, and Grundy Center. Your 90s back on.
This is Rewind 93.
Rewind 93.
An on-the-go media station.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Welcome back here to Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube. I was able to turn the air conditioning off here in my little section here in the press box, so hopefully I can not be as cold. I was like debating trying to run out to my car to grab a jacket. It's kind of freezing up here. And I checked the temperature. It was 63 degrees. It was 63. I don't even keep my apartment that cold. And not nearly as cold. So it was, I wasn't lying to you. It was kind of freezing up here, as it's obviously been really, really hot here in the summertime as we approach the 4th of July tomorrow, of course. I'm sure a lot of you excited about that. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of fireworks tonight from whether it's an actual event or just some select people, as fireworks now legal in the state of Iowa. It's been legal for a few years now, hasn't it? That's going to be a base hit on the first pitch. Nice contact there from Landon Geardy, as he will have the leadoff single. Landon Geardy will get himself on base with the leadoff single. It'll bring up Brevik Hosteller. Hosteller, a freshman, 279 average, strike down in his first at-bat. Good start here, though, for the Royals on the leadoff single, as they don't want this game to get away from them quite yet. It's still plenty of innings left here in the top of the 4th. This seems like an important inning now with a 5-0 lead for the Cougars. They definitely want to at least get on the scoreboard. That's kind of the main goal, obviously, as it is for every inning, but especially here. In the order that they're in, they're going 3, 4, 5, and they're guaranteed at-bats, so they definitely want to get some guys on base, send somebody home, see what they can get as far as a hot start of sorts. As we did we end up having a pitching change? I think we did, actually, as I missed that. As typically they take a little bit longer on those pitching changes, but we do have a pitching change. Clay Buseman his night is done, and this is going to be a new pitcher here for the Cougars. Apologies about that. Sometimes they usually take a little bit longer on those pitching changes, but this is going to be Lane Olson at the mound. So Lane Olson is now the pitcher here for the Cougars, as he started here on that first at-bat. As his pitch count's only up to 5, so this is only his first 2 at-bats of this game, so we didn't miss anything from him. So I didn't credit anything to him. That was to Buseman. So just the leadoff single has the runner on second. This is now a full count for Hosteller. This is also an opportune time, obviously, coming in on a pitching change for Colo-Nesco, trying to get something going here on the full count pitch. That's in the zone, though. Caught looking was Brevik Hosteller, and does strike out, and the first strikeout for Lane Olson on the night. Lane Olson is also in the starting lineup. He was initially over at shortstop, as we've had some guys move around. We'll see if we can see some of the other defensive lineup changes. Sometimes it's a lot harder to tell with the numbers more commonly on the back, and you can only see the front. It's a little bit harder to tell. That's going to be a balk, unfortunately, there from Lane Olson. He will balk on the mound, and that will send that runner over on second over to third base. So runners advance. Prime scoring position now for Lane Geardy. He's over on third base. Hunter Carlson with the at-bat now. Still first pitch yet to be taken after the balk. That's a heavy swing and a miss for strike one. Hunter Carlson was going for all of that. 188 average for Carlson on the year. Lane Olson takes his windup. That's going to be a bit high for ball one. Lane Olson back, gets set, delivers again. Fastball right up the middle for strike two, and another heavy swing from Hunter Carlson. Carlson has just the 1 extra base hit with a 1 double and 5 singles on the year. Has 5 RBIs, though, on the season as well. Another swing and a miss, and another strikeout here for Lane Olson. Back-to-back strikeouts in his first 3 at-bats of the night. Gave up a hit on his first pitch. Sometimes that can be a little bit rough. Kind of mess with you mentally as you sub in and right away give up a hit on the first pitch you take, but good recovery here from Olson. Back-to-back strikeouts on his next 2 at-bats. There was a nice breaking ball pitch, as check the swing was Cody Walker. Does find the zone for strike one. 0-1 count. Similar pitch. Does break down, finds the zone for strike two. And Lane Olson looking really nice here after that leadoff single, as he's coming off the pitching change here in this 4th inning. Olson delivers. That's a little bit outside to the right for ball one. Not a bad pitch, though, trying to get Walker to reach a little bit. Out for that one. Remember, that runner over on third, desperately wanting to come home. Colo-Nesco really feels like they need to get on the board here in this 4th inning. Delivers, breaking ball pitch, swing and a miss by Lane Olson. That's 3 strikeouts in a row, and nice work from Lane Olson, as I believe he's just a freshman. Yep, just the freshman of Lane Olson. 3 strikeouts in a row after that leadoff single. Will go for no runs off of 1 hit, just the leadoff single, no errors, and 1 left on with that runner over on third base. Nice pitching and defense from AGWSR, as the bottom of the 4th will have Lane Olson leading off, Brady Abbas, and then Clay Buseman. They'll get their guaranteed at-bats here at the bottom of the 4th inning. Quick break. We'll be back after this here on Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
A wound that won't heal can slow your life down, but you don't have to face it alone. At Hanson Family Hospital's Wound Care Center, our specialized team of skilled clinicians provides the medical expertise needed to support the body's healing process, limit health complications, and speed up recovery time for non-healing wounds. With personalized treatment plans and compassionate care, we're focused on helping you heal and get back to what matters most. Call 641-323-2060 to schedule an appointment in Iowa Falls. Hanson Family Hospital is healthcare you can count on.
Bottom of the fourth inning, 5-0 lead here for AGWSR. They'll get their next at-bats. Lane Olson leading off here. First pitch was Lane Olson let that first pitch go for ball 1. Second pitch on the way, hits the dirt and goes off for ball 2. Lane Olson now at the pitching mound for AGWSR, so he'll take over the pitching duties from starting pitcher tonight of Clay Buseman. Had a really good game. Ended up with, I believe, 5 total strikeouts on the evening of Clay Buseman. No, scratch that, 6 total strikeouts actually, just allowing the 1 hit on the night, and already 3 strikeouts for Lane Olson just in that fourth inning alone. Still at the mound, Hunter Purvis for Colo-Nesco. That's going to be a ground ball chopped down to the starting pitcher. Throw to first will be a routine throw in time for the first out. Going to bring up Brady Abbas as he had a sacrifice bunt in his first at-bat. Advancing a runner over into third base, I believe, after it was Lane Olson that was hit by the pitch, and then he was able to steal over to second. He laid down the bunt, Brady Abbas did, and put him over on third base as he was able to come home from the RBI single of Clay Buseman. So a little bit different start here after the ground out. Abbas will look to try and get things going for the Cougars. Takes that first pitch, checked it for strike 1. Going 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order here for the Cougars in this fourth inning. Purvis delivers. That's going to get knocked over into right field. That will drop. Nice textbook hit there from Brady Abbas, and he'll get himself on base with a nice single. That floated right over. That second baseman wasn't even really a line drive either. No chance for him to make a play, and drops nicely into right field for the base hit. Brady Abbas gets himself on base. It'll bring up Clay Buseman. He's had an excellent night tonight. Not only had a really good pitching performance in those first 3 innings, as he's now back in the infield defensively. He's got himself a double and an RBI single on the night. Steele is going to be successful as that pitch. Oh, they're going to say it's a hit by the pitch, actually. Umpire is going to say it just got a piece of Buseman as he tried to avoid that. I wasn't exactly sure where it hit him, but they'll say he made contact, so Buseman will make his way over to first as he was hit by the pitch. So Steele not successful, as it was going to be going to get waved off as he would make his way over to second anyway. So no steal, just the walk on the hit by the pitch for Buseman. Takes the first pitch is Bo Stars. He's next up to bat, his third at-bat of the night. So we're back to the top of the order as we were with Buseman. Had the RBI double from Bo Star in that first inning. He'll look to get his second hit of the night if he can. Been on base both times. Had the RBI double and was a fielder's choice as he was able to reach first as it was an attempt for a double play. 1-1 count. Got a piece of it knocked down and straight into foul territory near the Colo-Nesco dugout. AGWSR dugout to my right. Colo-Nesco's dugout to my left. Here from the press box. Here from Harlan Rogers. There's plenty of fields here at Harlan Rogers. There's plenty of baseball and softball. There's soccer fields here as well. Softball is kind of more commonly known here at Harlan Rogers as they've hosted plenty of state tournaments in the past. 1-2 count as that one went over that net and into foul territory. Think into another diamond maybe. 1-2 delivery. Bo Star is going to put this one into play. That'll get by the third baseman. That'll be a base hit. That will send home a run and put runners at first and second. Bo Star gets himself another hit and an RBI single and will improve AGWSR's lead to a 6-0 contest here in this fourth inning. So an RBI single from Bo Star. He had that chop down near the third baseman. Couldn't quite get his glove on it as that gets through for a base hit, as it'll bring up Tristan Dennis. First pitch. He'll take that for ball 1. Tristan Dennis grounded out in his first at-bat, made up for it in his second at-bat with a leadoff double in the third inning. Runners on first and second here for the Cougars. This is the heart of their offense here with Tristan Dennis up to bat. These are the guys you want at the plate with runners on base. Tristan Dennis anyway. Landon Dennis will be next up to bat as well, potentially. And then Rem Kearns waiting in the works, seeing if he can get himself an at-bat. Those are kind of the heavy hitters for AGWSR that can get guys home. So they're right where they want to be, AGWSR. Count is 1-1. Hunter Purvis, he's up to a 63 pitch count. As he started the night, still here in the fourth inning. This one's going to be a ground ball. Had to reach for it a little bit. It's going to be an infield error from Colo-Nesco, and they're going to send that run home. Are they waving? What are they waving off? What? What are they calling? They're saying somebody's out. Who are they saying is out? I am very confused on what the call was. I think they're saying somebody ran outside the baseline. Is that what that was? Or did he get hit by it? I don't know, but the run's not going to come home. It will put Tristan Dennis on first and both Stars over on second. But very confused on what the call was, as it didn't seem like it hit him, and then he rounded third, and then was going to come home was Brady Abbas, I believe. But then he gets ruled out. Nobody tagged him. That ground ball kind of, I don't know. I think we're just going to have to move on. I might get an explanation for that later. And here's a steal attempt going over to second to third. Was kind of cheating a little bit up and saw that the pitcher was not necessarily paying attention, was kind of getting himself set, and a nice steal there from Bo Starr, I believe, as he'll get down into third base. But Dennis, he does still get the single, but that RBI taken away from him, as that was an infield error from that shortstop. This is going to be a showed bunt. Throw back over to third. Bo Starr off the bag, but he'll get back and safe, as the run will steal from first to second. Or runner, I should say, of, I believe that's Buseman. No, sorry, that's Dennis, sorry. Tristan Dennis steals from first to second. So runners on second and third, 1-0 count. Lets that pitch go. It's low for ball two. Landon Dennis trying to get his second hit of the night. Has himself a base hit. Flew out into center field his last at-bat. Big at-bat here. AGWSR feels like they probably should have had another run. Still not sure what that call was. Basically, the best I can explain it to you was kind of a ground ball to the shortstop. He was initially trying to pick it up, and then he ended up kind of dropping it, so it was an infield error. And then the runner kind of kept going, and I don't know if he maybe missed the bag, and then maybe he missed the bag kind of rounding third and was coming home. But as he was coming home, the umpire kind of waved him off and said that he was out. But there was no tag from that infield error. There was just no way. I don't know if he got hit by the ball kind of running, if he was in the way. I don't think so. So just very weird. So I might get an explanation later on, potentially. I'm not sure, though. It is a 3-1 count with two down. 3-1 delivery. That's going to be a wild pitch. Run's going to come home. Bo Starr will be safe standing up. And a run will score for AGWSR, as that makes it 7-0. Here in Fort Dodge. Runners will be on first and third. We will have a pinch runner here for Landon Dennis, as that did go for ball four, so Dennis ends up walking. But with the wild pitch, runners do have a chance, obviously, to make the advancement further. Runner's going to go from first to second. It's going to be a throw over to the second baseman. Wasn't necessarily covering, and now the steal home will be successful, and I think that was a bit of a mistake there from Colo-Nesco, as the run from first to second is safe, and in the process it allows the steal to come home from third of Tristan Dennis. So he's able to slide in safely, as that improves AGWSR's score to 8-0. So that puts it up to 3 runs in this inning alone. One on the RBI single. Wild pitch, able to score a run, and now a steal home after the distraction from the first to second steal attempt. Counts 2-1. This is Rem Kearns, as I said before. He has an RBI single on the night. Breaking ball pitch is going to be outside for ball 3. AGWSR could potentially get up to that 10-0 mark. Colo-Nesco would still have a chance in that 5th inning, as it's not up until the 6th inning, I believe, until the 10-0 mercy rule applies. I believe it's 15 runs in the 4th inning, 12 runs in the 5th, and 10 runs in the 6th inning. So AGWSR starting to approach that kind of range, as it will go for ball 4 on Rem Kearns, as he'll let that one go for his base over at first. Puts runners on first and second. This will bring up Trace Eiton, the junior. He's got an RBI single on the night as well. Hunter Purvis will be staying on the mound. There was a brief timeout of sorts. So we got a no spitting seeds reminder here. So they do not allow that here at Harlan Rogers, on the field itself anyway. I think the spectators are allowed to do as such, but the players and coaches themselves not allowed to be doing that. 0-1 count. Nice first pitch there from Hunter Purvis as Trace Eiton has runners on first and second, trying to get AGWSR into double-digit scoring potentially. That pitch is going to be too high for ball 1. 1-1 count. At the bottom of the 4th here, we're close to 6 o'clock. So now we're here. Runners are going to go. That's going to be a ground ball, and that will get through. That'll be a base hit. 1 run will score. We'll see if the other runner, he'll stay at third. That'll be an RBI single for Trace Eiton, and we're up to 9 runs for AGWSR. That was a nice strike in between the first baseman and second baseman out into shallow right field. So an RBI single, as Eiton will go over to second, but the throw home gives him that advancement, so that fielder's choice of sorts kind of puts him on second. So that'll bring up Carl Hoosier as the run will score, so it is up to a 9-run advantage for the Cougars. Remember, this matchup would only end early in this inning alone if the Cougars could get up to 15 runs, so that's still a far stretch here in this inning itself, but they are approaching a mercy rule of sorts in the 5th and 6th inning. They would have to get to 12 runs by the 5th inning, which is a little bit more doable with runners on second and third. Still with 2 outs, but AGWSR has been on an on-base streak. Oh, that's going to get driven into center field, and that might drop. That's caught. Nice defense there from the center fielder of the Royals, as he was able to judge that correctly and get his glove up for the snag. That almost dropped, but a nice read from the center fielder, as that's Connor Parashow making the snag. Nice attempt there, though, from Carl Hoosier, as he will fly out into center field. Very good inning, though, for AGWSR. I believe 4 base hits in this inning itself and 3 total runs. No, 4 runs, sorry. 4 runs as they came in on a 5-0 lead in this fourth inning. So 4 runs off of 4 hits, has 1 infield error from AGWSR and ends up leaving 2 on. This makes it a 9-0 game after 4 innings as we go into the top of the 5th. Colo-Nesco got to get their offense going, otherwise this may be a short matchup here tonight as the Cougars looking to advance. We'll take a short break, back after this here on Radio On The Go Sports on YouTube.
Colo Telephone Company and Central Iowa Broadband are now Colo-Tel Fiber. For more than 100 years, they have provided reliable local service. Colo-Tel Fiber continues to deliver the internet speed you need for streaming, working, learning, and staying connected. Serving Colo, Collins, Nevada, and Ames with dependable telephone options and exceptional customer service. Colo-Tel Fiber, a proud supporter of area athletics.
Security State Bank in Zering is your full-service bank providing convenience and professional service for all your investment, financial, and lending needs. Whether it's a checking or savings account or a loan for a new car, your home or farm, Security State Bank is here for you with friendly service and attention to detail. Security State Bank is a proud supporter of Colo-Nesco Athletics, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Connor Parashell leading off here at the top of the fifth inning. Takes that first pitch as it's down the middle for strike one. Takes the second pitch as well. It's outside for ball one. 1-1 count. Lane Olson, member at the mound, coming in on the pitching change. Ooh, reaches out for that swing as Connor Parashell, and it's going to swing and miss, and actually got a piece of it. Goes off foul ball. Back behind home plate for strike two. Count is 1-2. Just leading off here. Connor Parashell grounded out in his first at-bat. Gets his second at-bat here tonight. Curveball pitch. Ooh, tried to find that zone. Umpire didn't see it. Called it too high for ball two. 2-2 count. Lane Olson came in on the pitching change in the fourth inning. His first pitch was knocked down for a base hit, but 3 strikeouts in a row, and his strikeout streak continues. Swing and a miss for Parashell as he will strike out to lead off this fifth inning. It'll bring up Landon Short, the shortstop. Pretty easy to remember where he plays, I guess. Didn't even catch that at first, but yes, Landon Short is over at shortstop. He struck out in his last at-bat as well. He knocks this down in foul territory near that third base line. Tried to hug that third base bag, but goes off for foul ball. Lines back up. Lane Olson, just a freshman here for AGWSR. Remember, came in on the pitching change in the fourth inning. Had the starting pitcher of Clay Buseman. He had a really good performance here in these first 3 innings. Did his job. Found himself over to the dugout. He'll still be in the batting order, of course, but his pitching duties no longer needed for this game itself. Most likely we'll try and use him again if they advance on to the next round. And they're swinging a miss for strike 3, and that's 5 strikeouts in a row for at-bats of Lane Olson. Jack Angel, his next at-bat, he had a walk as he was the lone walk allowed for Clay Buseman in his first and only 3 innings in this game. It's actually a very similar start. It had the leadoff single Clay Buseman allowed, and then just 1 walk, but the rest were either ground outs or strikeouts for Buseman, so he took care of what he needed to do. Jack Angel looking to break the strikeout streak of Lane Olson as he's up to 5. 3 in that fourth inning, now 2 here in the first 2 at-bats. Count is 2-1. 2-1 delivery, swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 strike away. It'll be 2 perfect innings here for Lane Olson. Two and 2 count, swing and a miss for strike 3. Lane Olson's strikeout streak continues. As scratch that, it's not 2 perfect innings. He had the leadoff single in that fourth inning, so scratch that. But this one is 3 up and 3 down, all strikeouts, says no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. As Lane Olson gets his 6th strikeout in a row and leaves Colo-Nesco scoreless on the night. As the bottom of the 5th coming up, AGWSR does have a chance to potentially end this game early tonight here in this 5th inning. Believe they will have to hit the 12-run mark. As far as my memory goes, it's 15 runs in the 4th inning, 12 runs in the 5th, and 10 runs in the 6th inning. As I believe we do have a pitch. Are we doing a pitching change here? Yes, we do, I believe. So Hunter Purvis, his night is done at the mound. I was seeing kind of the head umpire was kind of relaying something up to us here in the press box. So we do have a pitching change. This is going to be number 7 for Colo-Nesco. This will be, let's take a look here. This is Brevik Hosteller. So Brevik Hosteller, he's taking over at the mound here, coming in off the pitching change here in this 5th inning. We will have Lane Olson lead off, as everybody did get themselves an at-bat, as 9 at-bats in the 4th inning for AGWSR. So they'll start right back where they were in the 4th, as they'll lead off with Lane Olson, the freshman. He's getting warmed up for his second. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Or actually, no, you know what? We're going to keep it right here because Lane Olson's getting up to bat. So just getting through that pitching change. We'll keep it right here. There's no problem, as this may be potentially the last at-bats of the night. AGWSR will have to have a similar inning as what they had in the 4th. It was 3 runs in the 1st inning, 1 in the 2nd and 3rd, and 4 in that 4th inning. So they'll look to repeat, or at least similarly. That's not a word, is it? They need 3 runs is kind of what I'm initially trying to say. 3 runs is what the Cougars need to end this game early here in this 5th inning, as Lane Olson has done a really nice job coming in on the pitching change. 6 strikeouts in a row for his at-bats, and he'll look to deliver here in his 3rd at-bat of the night. Does not have himself a base hit. And if I'm not wrong, I think he's the lone player. Oh, no, it's him and Carl Hoosier are the only 2 not to have a base hit on the night. Hoosier's the lone player without a appearance on the plate. And a good at-bat here for Lane Olson. No base hit, but gets himself on base with a walk on 4 balls. He got himself a walk in the 2nd inning as he was hit by the pitch. So it feels like he more earned that one on a 4-ball count, as he'll walk over to first base. That'll bring up Brady Abbas as a sacrifice bunt and a base hit, so he's had a nice night. So he advanced the runner over to third base, and that run was able to score of Clay Buseman. Or no, sorry, it was Lane Olson that scored, but Clay Buseman was able to send him in on the RBI single. Count is 0-1, has that runner on first, and tried to show bunt again, and it went off the bat a little awkwardly. So it does go for strike 2, and it goes for foul ball. So 0-2 count, has that runner over on first base after the leadoff walk of Lane Olson. AGWSR is pretty much completely dominated here tonight, as you can see by the score here, on a 9-0 performance coming into this 5th inning. It's been a great pitching display from both pitchers tonight, of Clay Buseman and Lane Olson, as they have a combined, I think, 12 strikeouts, combining both of them. Yeah, combined 12 strikeouts from the 2 pitchers, 6 apiece as well from Olson and Buseman. Pitch right down the middle. Takes a crack at it was Clay Buseman, as I believe Brady Abbas did strike out, actually. So he was caught looking. So Abbas ends up striking out. This will be with the runner of Lane Olson. He was able to successfully steal over to second base. So he's over on second, as Clay Buseman up to bat next. Back to the top of the order. Buseman's been able to get on base every time tonight. Has a leadoff double. He's got an RBI single, and he was hit by the pitch in his last at-bat. Buseman swings heavy at that one, kind of reaching in a little bit for strike 2. Buseman steps out of the box for a quick second. We'll reset. Has that runner on second, so RBI capability here for Clay Buseman. He's had an excellent night, pitching and hitting tonight, leading AGWSR. Just a freshman, too, for these Cougars. Takes that pitch. It's going to go low for ball 2. Remember St. Edmunds and Glidden Ralston waiting a part of this doubleheader tonight as St. Edmunds, kind of the host side of this quarterfinal doubleheader tonight. That's going to be a base hit. That'll get through. And the run is going to head home, and he'll be safe standing up. That's an RBI single for Clay Buseman. And as his hitting tonight has really stood out. That's his second RBI and third base hit on the evening. And AGWSR, they're actually going to end it early here in the 5th inning. Okay, so it is 10 runs in the 5th. Okay. I thought maybe it was 12. So apologies about that. I should have got a little bit more excited and should have built that up a little bit more. But bottom of the 5th, as I guess we are kind of going into that 6th inning. So, yeah, that does make sense. So 10 runs for AGWSR. They ended early here tonight on the mercy rule. And Clay Buseman will walk this off as the one run off of just the one hit. But the one hit's all he needed from Clay Buseman. Goes for no errors and nobody left on as it's a walk-off victory for AGWSR tonight. We'll take a short break and then we will wrap it up when we come back here from Harlan Rogers here in Fort Dodge. Back after this here on Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
In Zeering, McCallsburg, St. Anthony, Clemens, and the surrounding rural areas, Minerva Valley Companies is your local provider for internet service, local and long-distance telephone, and digital video. All available from one local provider. At Minerva Valley, they offer fiber to the home, high-speed internet, telephone service, and digital video TV. You pick the programming package, and Minerva Valley will give you great service. See why Minerva Valley should be your source for entertainment and internet. Log on to minervavalley.com. Minerva Valley Companies, providing voice, video, and data.
The Nesco Family Medical Clinic in Zeering, a division of Hanson Family Hospital, offers quality primary care services to people of all ages. Mary F. O'Connor, ARNP, sees patients Monday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., Tuesdays from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Wednesday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. Phone 641-487-7800 to schedule an appointment. The Nesco Family Medical Clinic, located at 112 West Main Street in Zeering, a division of Hanson Family Hospital, healthcare you can count on.
Your 90s back on.
I want something else to get me through this. 92.9
KDAO FM.
Eldora, Marshalltown, and Grundy Center. Your 90s back on.
This is Rewind 93.
Rewind 93.
An on-the-go media station.
Welcome back here to Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube. It ends early here tonight after the 5th inning as AGWSR walks off, as it is a 10-0 finish as they will move on to this district semifinal matchups, a part of this sub-state game. Now remember, sub-state is kind of a fancy word for combining two districts together. So it is a district quarterfinal, but keep in mind the district final does not send you off to the state tournament. That is the sub-state final. So if you win your district, you face the other district winner, a part of your sub-state, and then the sub-state final sends you off to the state tournament. So sometimes it can get a little confusing, I know. So basically, you got to win 4 games. You got to win this quarterfinal matchup, which AGWSR does tonight. They win their district semifinal and their district final. That's 3 wins. If they win their sub-state final, they're off to the state tournament. So they'll face the winner of St. Edmund and Glidden Ralston. Obviously, St. Edmunds will come in as the favorite, as they will play here in just a little bit. Here, a part of this doubleheader, obviously here in Fort Dodge, St. Edmunds Catholic High School, based out of Fort Dodge. This is their home diamond here at Harlan Rogers, as they have the St. Edmunds kind of sign over there, along with Iowa Central Community Baseball, as they play here as well, here in Harlan Rogers, as they are kind of the host of this doubleheader tonight. But AGWSR takes care of business tonight. Really good pitching performances from both pitchers of Clay Buseman, the starting pitcher, and subbing in of Lane Olson coming into the 4th inning, as a combined 12 strikeouts from both pitchers tonight and a dead even 6 strikeouts each from both of those pitchers. Clay Buseman had 3 strikeouts to end his 3rd inning, had just the 1 strikeout in the 2nd, but 2 strikeouts in the 1st for a combined 6 total. Lane Olson had 6 strikeouts in a row in those at-bats after allowing the lead-off single. Then after that, able to strike out everybody next up to bat for Colo-Nesco. So Lane Olson really came in and finished off this game at the pitching mound for AGWSR tonight. So really good pitching and defensive performances from the Cougars tonight, as Colo-Nesco really couldn't get anything going offensively. They end the night with just the 2 hits from Hunter Purvis on the leadoff single and Landon Geardy on his leadoff single in the 4th. But other than that, no one was allowed to get on base other than Jack Angel on one walk in the 3rd. Other than that, it was either a fielder's choice or a ground out. That was all the remaining of the at-bats for Colo-Nesco. So defensively, AGWSR pitching performance and infield and outfield defense. Well, outfielders weren't really needed much tonight, actually. Infield defense and pitching really was the story of the game. AGWSR offense really got started hot with 3 runs in that first inning. Leadoff double from Clay Buseman. Bo Starr got himself an RBI double following that. Dennis got himself the base hit, and then Trace Eiton able to get himself an RBI single as that kicked off and started this first inning. And then 1 run apiece in the 2nd and 3rd inning. You had the RBI single from Clay Buseman and the RBI single from Rem Kearns. Then the 4th inning, things kind of got out of hand a little bit, as that's when AGWSR really kind of laid it on. You had the RBI single of Bo Starr, had a single from Tristan Dennis, a single of Brady Abbas as well. He had the first hit, actually, setting up all of these. And 3 total walks in that inning alone. Had a wild pitch that scored a run. Then you had a steal home that was successful after a throw over to try and get the runner from first to second, stealing over to second, and then following that up with an RBI single of Trace Eiton, as he had 2 RBI singles on the night. That was able to bump the lead up to a 9-0 lead, and then finally the walk of Blaine Olson put himself on base, and the RBI single of Clay Buseman ended the night, mercy ruling here this evening, getting themselves the 10-0 win. So that is a total of they were at least able to get 1 hit per inning. That's 5, 7, 11, 12 hits total on the night, as 12 hits total on the evening. Sorry, I was interrupted there for a quick second, but 12 hits total on the evening for AGWSR as they roll by Colo-Nesco tonight and advancing to the district semifinal. Most likely, can't make many assumptions, obviously, but St. Edmund will be the heavy favorite hosting here tonight, this doubleheader itself, as this was a neutral site served for AGWSR and Colo-Nesco. But St. Edmund is fully expected, at least, if you ask them, of course, hosting here tonight. They are going to be the heavy favorite against Glidden Ralston in their next matchup, as that will be starting up in a little bit. We will not cover that matchup, obviously, but that would be AGWSR's next opponent, whoever wins that matchup following that game. And that one gets started here in a little bit or so here in Fort Dodge. But it was fun coming back to Fort Dodge. As I mentioned before, if you potentially missed it, I did go to college here at Iowa Central, spent about a year and a half living up here in Fort Dodge, so it's nice kind of driving back. And I came back about a couple years ago for Fort Dodge football game, as Marshalltown was over here in Fort Dodge for that matchup. But it's my first time back in a couple of years or so, so it's always kind of nice to visit back or so. I've been living in Marshalltown for about 4 years now of sorts, so I've definitely been around a few places in my time. But it was nice to kind of visit back here in Fort Dodge, and I might head up. I think I'm going to go to Taco Tico. This isn't an advertisement or anything, but if you know, you know. Here in Fort Dodge, I might head over there after this broadcast here tonight. But thanks for tuning in, and congratulations to AGWSR as they win this quarterfinal matchup. Colo-Nesco ends their season at 9-12 in an overall record, as AGWSR improves to 13-12 overall, and will move on most likely to play St. Edmund. It'll be the winner of St. Edmund and Glidden Ralston in their next matchup. I believe July 7th is when their next matchup would be a part of their district semifinal. Big thank you to our sponsors here tonight of G&B Bank, Hanson Family Hospital, Ellsworth Community College, Colo Fiber, Security State Bank in Zering, Minerva Valley Companies, and Nesco Clinic. I'm Austin Johansson saying goodnight here from Fort Dodge as AGWSR moves on to the district semifinal. Make sure to be tuning in more to district baseball throughout the week, as we'll have plenty more for you here on Radio On The Go Sports on YouTube.
Tonight's game was made possible by GNB Bank, Hanson Family Hospital, Ellsworth Community College, Colo Telephone, Security State Bank, Minerva Valley Companies, Nesco Clinic. This has been a special sports presentation of KDAO.